Okay, Eric, you've probably heard from agents, managers, clients about demos. So what are some of the demo no-nos?
Yeah, demo no-nos would be, not sticking to brands that represent who you are. If you're young, doing something that might skew to older talent, just doesn't mix well. Same thing, vice versa. An older talent trying to do a millennial alcohol or whatever it is, something that just skews younger. Stay away from those things. Another thing is just, keep the demo concise. 60 seconds is standard for pretty much every demo but narration. So just, I recently worked with someone who all the agents had made mention that the demo was like 62 seconds long or something like that, So they were just like, it's concise. It gets to the point. It doesn't drag on, there's not 15, 20-second clips on there that just like, you're like, okay, we get it. Next, that kind of thing. Those are two quick ones for you.
Awesome. I love it. And you've worked with some of the top VO talent on their demos. So what is something that you've noticed that sets those top VO talent apart?
Yeah. There's a handful of things, but the main thing I would say first is confidence. Understanding that if you believe in yourself, you're going to go into auditions, you're going to go into sessions, more confident in your delivery, more confident in the choices you make. Obviously the nerves will still be there, but just that confidence to believe that you can do it. If you doubt yourself, you're going to start second guessing every decision you make, every move you make, every coach you work with, that kind of thing. So, and that holds true for anyone. I've seen a huge change in myself since I've started. I'm sure you feel the same way. Once your confidence starts to build, you're like, I got this. I can do this. Yeah. There's always that self-doubt that will creep in. We all deal with that. But a majority of the time, having that confidence is a game changer.
Yeah. So true.
And then being vulnerable, I think, is one thing too. Being open to that criticism, being open to having a coach give you some insight and maybe kind of pick you apart a little bit. Like if they know what they're talking about, you got to be open to feedback like that if it's going to make you better, So
totally agreed. Okay. So, the first time that I met you, I remember I was so impressed with your branding. And that just kind of stuck with me. You're very memorable. And I think you're really good at branding and marketing. So what are some things that you learned that work with branding? And what are some things that you learned that didn't work?
Yeah. Like the whole branding thing, like I never worked with a marketing coach. I never worked with a branding. Like, this is just who I am. Like, I don't really think of me as an expert. It's just funny to hear you even say that, like people say it about my social media too. It's like, I joined Facebook in 2017. Like, people were off of Facebook before I even got on Facebook, so the Instagram, all that social media marketing that I do, that's just me being real. Like, that's just me. I don't have to really think about it. It's how I feel. It's what I believe. I stand behind what I believe. It's not for everyone, and I understand that. But, the things that I say, the things that I do, the things that I, insist upon, like the people I work with, are things that, I tell myself, like when I post something that's might be motivating, I'm pretty much saying, hey, Eric, just remember this. And then I'm sharing it with everyone else too. But it's honestly meant for me first, the majority of the time when I say stuff like that, because, like we were saying before, that doubt can creep in and it's like, okay, we got to bring things back down. And then, the whole beard thing, like we just kind of ran with it in terms of the marketing. My wife hates it, but I guess if it brings money in, then, if it works in the marketing aspect, then we'll roll with it. But
yeah. Why doesn't she like it?
This, and actually before we started recording, I was like, dang, like this is, I've kind of, let's just say, being, isolated from everyone is kind of, let's just say I'm going to trim my beard probably after this. I was like, but I don't know. She just like this. She doesn't like, she's okay with like tighter and
Gotcha.
There's a lot going on here. There's probably some like animal crackers in here or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Great. Well, thank you so much for sharing all that, Eric. We really appreciate it. Yeah.